A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on BeeTv Major News at 6. Reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital, Nigeria. My name is Oluwatoyin Oyedola. Before we delve into the news, let's quickly take a look at the highlights of tonight.
Congratulations. Mr. Speaker, former Speaker, we say thank you. Today, we are here to empower successful trainees drawn from the 30 wards of this federal constituency.
We are just starting our campaign, and our campaign will be based on issues, strictly on issues that affect the people of Edo, especially the poor people. My campaign in Nigeria is about how do we pull our people out of poverty. On every Friday, we see the way people are coming here to ask for assistance, either financially, in any form of support. So what he has brought for us is also part of what we can distribute among our members, so that they can be able to celebrate the Eid festival.
The road is bad, too bad, and the hold up is much. I've been here since almost 2 hours now in the hold up, no movement. Nothing.
I know that the Anambra have been waiting for this to happen, and finally it's been delivered. Working with the members of the State House of Assembly, we now have a new Anambra State electoral law.
Now to the news in detail. The honorable member representing Esan West, Esan Central, and Igweben Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, Right Honorable Marcus Honorable, says he will leave no stone unturned in fulfilling his electioneering promises to members of his constituency. BeeTv News Best Orator reports that Honorable stated this when he empowered some women and youths with income-generating materials. The report.
The 2023 general elections have come and gone, and now is the time for those elected to redeem their pledge. And this is the reason for this gathering in Ekpoma, Esa West local government area, at the instance of the member representing Esa West, Esa Central, and Igweben Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, Right Honorable Marcus Honorable, who is here to empower members of his constituency. It was a joyous occasion for the beneficiaries and guests, who include the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Maria Ideko, and others, who witnessed the distribution of 50 motorcycles and 100 sewing machines that were presented to the beneficiaries who have undergone training in the area of fashion design, and the presentation of the sum of 100,000 naira each to the beneficiaries. Speaking before the presentation of the cash and empowerment materials, the facilitator and member representing Esan West, Esa Central, and Igweben Federal Constituency, Right Honorable Marcus Honorable, said the empowerment is part of activities to mark his 1 year in office as a federal lawmaker. He said he deemed it fit to train some youths and women in the area of fashion and to empower them with sewing machines, and the sum of 100,000 naira each as starter pack.
Today, we are here to empower successful trainees drawn from the 30 wards of this federal constituency, and by the grace of God, we will be giving them, each of them today, 1 sewing machine. We will be giving motorcycle to our farmers across the 3 local governments to enable them get their food from the farm, get 100,000 naira.
Honorable also used the opportunity to solicit vote for the governorship candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Aswan Godalo and Osao Dionge Esquire, for them to be elected as the next governor and deputy governor of Edo State.
As you all know, we have a sellable, an intelligent, a dependable candidate of our party, the person of Barrister Aswe Ighodalo. For the women, I want to urge you, the way you have wholeheartedly supported me, that you should do more for Aswe Ighodalo. Because a vote for Marcus is a vote for Aswe Ighodalo.
Presenting the items to the beneficiaries, Speaker Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, appreciated Honorable Marcus Onobu for his kind gesture, assuring the people of more from the federal lawmaker. He said the people should look the way of the PDP in the coming election, saying that Aswe Ighodalo is capable and competent to govern the state.
It's only PDP that can bring succor to this nation, to this state. That is why our program today deeply thinks that he must remember his people who gave the mandate to him to go and present them in Abuja. That's why he said to say, thank you to all of you. Congratulations, congratulations. Mr. Speaker, former Speaker, we say thank you.
Chairman Esan West Local Government Area, Honorable Collins Aigbogu and Ambassador Tony Okonigini commended Honorable Marcus Onobu for putting smiles on the faces of the people.
I want to equally appreciate His Excellency and Right Honorable Marcus Onobu for empowering our people of Okperu. For this great day, everybody, they are happy, and I will say God will continue to give him the strength to do the work for his people. Beyond the distribution of what you see, the motorcycles, towing machines, cash presentation, starter packs and all, the major thing is that he wants to tell the people that he's accountable to them.
In an interview, Honorable Marcus Onobu said the empowerment program was also an avenue to appreciate the people who gave him the mandate to represent them at the great chambers of the National Assembly.
This is one to mark our 1 year in office, to give records to as to what we have done in the last 1 year, and by the grace of God also give back to our people, you know, the dividends of democracy.
Right Honorable Marcus Onobu is the only federal lawmaker elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 general election. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
As part of activities earlier lined up for the official flag-off of electioneering campaigns of the Labour Party in Edo State ahead of the September 21st governorship elections, the leadership of the Labour Party, led by Mr. Peter Obi, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has paid a courtesy visit to the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Obayewaya II, to seek his royal blessings ahead of the election. BeeTv News Best Orator has details of this report.
In a bid to solidify the stance as the true son of the soil, Barrister Olumide Akpata, the Labour Party governorship candidate, and his running mate Dr. Kadiri Asama, in company of Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, the former Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, paid a courtesy call to the palace of the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Omonobane Deuku Akpolokpolo EY II, to officially inform the monarch of the flag-off of the party's electioneering campaign. In a remark, Mr. Peter Obi reiterated that the primary reason for the courtesy call on the Oba of Benin was for the Labour Party to acquaint the Benin monarch of the commencement of her electionary campaigns ahead of the Edo governorship election, and that they have come to seek royal blessings and prayers from the Oba of Benin. He also stressed the need for fair and credible elections in the September 21 polls, just as he lauded the Benin monarch for his fatherly disposition towards all.
The Majesty will hear for the palace blessing as our party commences our campaign for the election of governorship of Edo State. Now pleading, like governments do, is that for us to build a credible nation, it will start by having free, fair, and credible election. Many people elect those who stand, so they can hold them accountable. Your Majesty, that is our simple request.
Also stating the purpose of the visit, the Labour Party governorship candidate Barrister Olumide Akpata said that it was in respect of the party's campaign ahead of the election. He added that they will soon commence visitation to the 18 local government areas of the state to reach out to the people with the message of the Labour Party, which involves father, mother, and the child.
We are hoping that we will be able to pass on the message of the Labour Party to the 18 local governments and the 192 wards of the state. Our party represents Papa, Mama, Pikin, the entire family, and that is what we are hoping to bring to Edo State. Governance that is people-focused, people-oriented, and people-impacting. And by the grace of Almighty God and our ancestors, we believe that come 21st of September, when the people push us into the office of God, we will be able to deliver the benefits of dividends of democracy to them.
In his remark, His Royal Majesty Omonobane Doko Akpolokpolo EY II warmly received Mr. Peter Obi and Olumide Akpata as well as other party faithful and thanked them for visiting the palace as they flagged off their campaigns, wishing them well.
Excellency Peter Obi, thank you very much. In case you are these press people are expecting a whole lot more. I'm sorry to disappoint you because I'm not a politician. Wish you well. Thank you very much.
In an interview with newsmen, Mr. Peter Obi stated clearly that the Edo governorship campaign would be one that will be based on issues such as ameliorating the suffering of the poor in the society and providing good governance.
We are just starting our campaign, and our campaign will be based on issues, strictly on issues that affect the people of Edo, especially the poor people. My campaign in Nigeria is about how do we pull our people out of poverty and provide them good governance.
Speaking on the unity of the Edo Labour Party, Barrister Olumide Akpata stated that as a party, they are having a united front ahead of the elections and that they are well prepared in all respects, especially with the blessings of the Benin monarch already upon them.
All a united force towards the coming election. I'm confident that the efforts will yield results. So we're good. And now that we have Monoba's prayers to guide us, we will do well.
On the entourage of Mr. Peter Obi was the senator representing Edo South Senatorial District, Senator Neda Imasuen, who also inaugurated the edifice of the Labour Party in Benin City. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Now on to infrastructure. The lingering deplorable state of the Benin-Ekpoma road has become worrisome to residents along the road and motorists plying the road on a regular basis. Though repair works have commenced on the road, nothing seems to be improving when our news crew correspondents visited on Monday. BeeTv News, Esoye Osemige brings details of the story.
Residents and the Ekpoma houses of the road. Some residents who spoke with our news crew said the bad state of the road have affected their businesses in no small measure, as they can no longer feed themselves nor their family. They stated that though the federal government have started working on the road, they expressed displeasure over the slow pace of work. They are however calling on the federal government to intensify efforts to ameliorate the suffering they go through on a daily basis due to the bad condition of the road.
No market due to road no good. When road no good, it affects business. If you can see, everywhere is dormant. Nothing like moving business now. No business they move because of the road. You can see go slow all over. Big way they do mechanic, no motor they come easily, come patronize us due to no road.
Road they pain us well and it affect our business. Most of us will get stuff for express now, we not the feel work again. So material when I ever buy now to carry reach my store now, I drop them for road now, I find back now to find where carry and pass. They say that they do one, but I never reach where they do one. They say that they do one come for upside for opposite just on side. I never reach that side since.
The road is bad, too bad, and the hold up is much. I've been here since almost 2 hours now in the hold up, no movement, nothing. Governments, we are looking up to you as a better government. So our prayer is that you people should look at us with the eyes of mercy and show us your mercy by attending and help the poor masses by repairing the road, so that at least we can be able to have access to wherever we are going for our daily foods.
Most of the things coming from north, all those trailers, they are passing through here, and if they cannot pass, there will be no increment in our business. Even for them to come to Benin and drop some goods for us, it takes them a lot of time. Even their livestock like goats or other things, they die on the way when they are coming. So it's really affecting our business.
They don't do them. They start from Ewakwa side, they do and they come. But at least Bua they try. They try. As they do them for us. But would they pray? Maybe say they can't do them. Maybe they quit doing well, I beg. Because this rainy season, when they even start, they do.
Government come to our aid and ameliorate the issue for us. We beg the federal government to intensify its efforts to see that this road come to normal.
They are ever hopeful that the road will be completed in no distance time so that business activities can bounce back fully. Esora Osemege reporting for BeeTv News.
In other news, at least 19 pilgrims have died during the Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia amid soaring temperatures in the region. The Hajj, one of the largest religious gatherings globally, is a mandatory pilgrimage for all Muslims with the means to perform it at least once in their lifetime, being one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Recall that Saudi issued an advisory on Thursday warning of soaring temperatures and advising pilgrims to stay hydrated and avoid being outdoors during the hottest hours of the day between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. The Hajj, which will end on Wednesday, is one of the largest mass gatherings in the world, with more than 1.8 million Muslim pilgrims expected to take part this year. Now to Lagos State, where the Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, says the state has recorded 15 deaths and confirmed 17 cases of cholera, with 350 suspected cases in 29 wards across multiple local government areas of the state. According to Professor Abayomi, cases previously recorded are now subsiding in previously affected local government areas due to interventions. The report is presented by Esoe Osemige.
Cholera is caused by the bacterium known as Vibrio cholera. It is passed from human feces into water when, for example, heavy flooding washes human feces into streams or rivers from which people get drinking water. It can also spread into food when human feces with the bacteria is touched and hands not thoroughly washed before food or vegetables are prepared. The major symptoms of cholera include non-stop stooling, ceaseless vomiting, leading to general weakness. Cholera can be very deadly when not detected. A medical practitioner, Oluwatobi Adeniji, says some studies have shown that persons within the blood group O are more susceptible to cholera, just as children under the age of 5 can spread cholera faster through unhygienic, playful ways.
The bacteria Vibrio cholerae produces a toxin. That toxin acts on the small intestine, on someone's gut, and increases the rate at which the person releases water. So that is what causes the diarrhea. So that person becomes dehydrated, and when you are dehydrated, there are a lot of things that can happen. Dehydration causes electrolyte imbalances. When someone has electrolyte imbalances, it can be very fatal, can be very deadly.
In a survey conducted on the street of Surulere, Lagos, to guard public awareness of the cholera outbreak, the responses varied from indifference to concern. The reactions revealed lifestyle habits that could rapidly spread the disease.
It's hard to say because I've not seen it.
The little I know is a communicable disease.
Doctors recommend that hands be cleaned often to avoid cholera, with the government providing potable water on a consistent basis. Food must be prepared by vendors under hygienic conditions. Esora Osemege reporting for BeeTv News.
The senator representing Edo South Senatorial District, Senator Neda Imaswen, has felicitated with Muslim faithful on the occasion of the Eid el-Kabir celebration, urging them to continue to contribute their quota to the peace and unity of Nigeria. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe reports that the senator stated this when he donated food items to the Muslim community in commemoration of Eid el-Kabir. The report is presented by Best Orator.
In the spirit of the Eid el-Kabir celebration, the senator representing Edo South Senatorial District, Senator Neda Imaswen, donated food items to members of the Muslim community in Benin City. The lawmaker, who was at the Benin Central Mosque Igun in Oedo local government area of Edo State, was received by the... While receiving the senator of the federation, he further stated that the items donated will help to meet the needs of the less privileged within the Muslim community.
On every Friday, we see the way people are coming here to ask for assistance, either financially, in any form of support. So what he has brought for us is also part of what we can distribute among our members, so that they can be able to celebrate the Eid festival. So we also thank God that it's there now, it's representing the South, and it's remembering the people that sent it to that place. And we, the Muslims, we are part of the community, which he has already said. So we continue to pray for him. We are going to support him in any way. When it comes to time that he needs our assistance, we can also render our prayer and any other area we can assist. Thank you.
In an interview with BeeTv News, Senator Neda Imaswen said the gesture was to show solidarity with the Muslim community as they celebrate the Eid el-Kabir festivities. He said it was an opportunity to also appreciate them for their support and prayers.
Don't forget that the Muslim community is part of our community, and so whatever we do elsewhere, we also have to replicate here. They've been very supportive, prayerfully, for us as politicians and those representing them. And so it's our gesture, it's a way of coming back to say thank you. And this is not the end, it's going to be, sustainable. We'll be able to do this over and over again. So we are here to commune with them and to felicitate with them, especially again for the Salah that is still ongoing.
Since the past days, Senator Neda Imaswen has been distributing food items to Edo South people. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Moving on, following the expiration of the tenure of the local government chairman in Rivers State, some youths in the Degeme local government area of the state on Monday took over the council headquarters. BeeTv News' Esoe Osemige reports.
The tension was ignited by the decision of the local government chairman in the state to remain in office, citing the local government amended law number 2 of 2024 by the Martin Amewule-led 26 House of Assembly members, which extended their tenure by 6 months. This was the aegis of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria. The state AGAN chairman, Allwell Ihunda, who is also the chairman of Port Harcourt City Local Government Area, contains that the law by the House of Assembly empowers them to remain in office. You would recall that the lawmakers loyal to the former Rivers State Governor and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike empowers the council chairman to remain in office over the alleged failure of Governor Sim Fubara to conduct local government elections. Confirmed report from Calabaru local government area indicates that youths loyal to Governor Sim Fubara barricaded entrances into the council to forestall the affected council chairman and their sympathizers from gaining access. Recall that only last month, Governor Sim Fubara, at an event in Port Harcourt, the state capital, warned the local government chairman not to do anything that would truncate the peace of the state, saying they had a few days to leave office. At a presser last week, the embattled factional Speaker of the House of Assembly, Martins Amewule, had warned Governor Fubara against nominating caretaker committee members to fill vacant positions in the councils, insisting that the lawmakers would not accept such a move. The outgoing chairman, who were elected during the tenure of former Governor Wike, have been having a running battle with Governor Sim Fubara following the disagreement between the two political leaders even as they have vectored the governor to enact 6 laws. Against this backdrop, youth in Degema early on Monday occupied the council secretariat, locked the entrance, and mounted a barricade in front of the gates. At Asari Toru local government area, hundreds of youth stormed the council headquarters in Degema and occupied the facility. The youth said they will remain until Wednesday when work resumes and dared the council chairman to come to the secretariat. But in Port Harcourt and Obio Akbor local government areas, there were huge security presence to prevent any security breaches. Meanwhile, the outgoing chairman of Eleme local government, Obarilo Mate Olo, had warned those eager to throw him out of office not to come close to the council because they will be resisted. Olo says this while addressing the first annual meeting of the Aleto Clan Association held in Port Harcourt. In Benin, Esoa Osemege reporting for BeeTv News.
Now, Tuesday, 18th June is the second day of the public holiday declared by the federal government. As such, many Nigerian workers have utilized the holiday as an opportunity to unwind, relax, and unite with family and friends before they resume for work on Wednesday. Our crew captured the mood in town. The report. Government establishments, banks, schools, and most businesses were closed on Tuesday due to the commencement of the public holiday observed worldwide for Muslims to celebrate the Eid el-Kabir. Citizens share the significance of the public holiday, emphasizing its positive impact in their lives. Some of the persons who spoke with BeeTv News expressed joy and excitement for the holiday, as it allows them to relax and more so connect with families and loved ones. According to them, it is also a time to attend to personal activities.
I'm enjoying it by way of relaxation, way of relaxation, find time to do one or two other things out of work, because most of the time I'm always engaged in my place of work. And so the public holiday of yesterday and today give me time maybe to do one or two things I have not been able to do because of my tight schedule at my place of work.
Have time to pay visit to them, meet together for meeting, one meeting or the other. So the holiday have really helped.
We're enjoying it. We are praying even they can still give us tomorrow. We still continue the public holiday. It's awesome. And I'm with my kid. So we went to AD and we were just coming back. So I'm enjoying it. It's a good thing to have rest. Yes, I have some of Muslim friends. So I went to their house, we eat rams together, so it's good, it's good.
Other respondents who were on their way to work noted that despite the public holiday, they have had to attend to their businesses in a bid to make ends meet due to the unfavorable state of the nation's economy.
When the public holiday for my side did not do well, I need to talk the truth. Because if you see the way the country did there, in fact, if you not do well for now, even by now, I'm supposed to the house, maybe at least relax myself in the respect of the public holiday. But now they go out to go find something to at least so they can be able to pull one or two things in order. So the public holiday for my side, please not do well, but I don't know about others, but for my own. So not to do well because money not there to flow at all. So that's just the truth of the matter.
Technically, it's going well. I'm not enjoying it, but I'm enjoying it in between. As you can see, I'm already going to work, emergency work. I was supposed to be in my home chilling and relaxing since it's holiday. It's supposed to be my off day, but then there's still no holiday. We have to go and look for the money because bills are increasing every day. So if you sit there in the house, you will not get the money to pay it. So I have to go.
We're working. You don't enjoy public holiday without money. I don't think anybody is enjoying the country right now. So we're just pushing it.
Despite the challenges the country is facing, Nigerians embrace the spirit of the holiday with enthusiasm, fostering a sense of communal harmony and religious devotion. Oluwatoyin Oyedola reporting for BeeTv News. The United Methodist Church Nigeria Episcopal Area has rejected the resolution of its General Assembly supporting same-sex marriage amongst church members. UMC Bishop John Wesley says the church is against such unconstitutional move. BeeTv News' Joyce Ire has details of this report.
The special meeting of stakeholders of the United Methodist Church in Jalingo was disrupted by a faction of the church who is support of same-sex marriage, but a quick intervention by security agents helped in calming the situation. Although the nation's constitution has no provisions for homosexual and lesbianism, however, some Nigerians are believed to be secretly involved in the act.
All of you are witnesses to what has happened this morning. When talks were brought in, hired and brought in from places, people who are not delegates came in order to cause, chaos and to harm people's life. We want to appreciate that God has taken care of the situation and that nothing has happened to anybody.
A quick discovery in the church shows that a splinter group is conversing for same-sex marriage among members, but another group led by Bishop John Wesley kicked against the move, saying it negates biblical injunctions and Nigerian constitutions. The bishop frowned at the call from the breakaway church group, but shares his willingness to accept them back.
We are committed to the biblical word of God. And the word of God is very clear about human sexuality. It has been, and for us, it will continue to be between a man and a woman.
The special session were encouraged to stick to the biblical word that does not give room for homosexuality in our church. The session briefed the delegate that we are expecting Bishop from US who have come to mediate between the two factions. Unfortunately, he could not make it due to some circumstances. The session was blessed with 2 visitors from Zimbabwe and Cote d'Ivoire.
Meanwhile, the joint session in Jalingo resolved that the breakaway faction of the church will no longer be treated as UMC members. The session mandated the Secretary Aliyu Indiko to immediately write to the President, West Africa College of Bishops, to call for a special session to enable them ascertain their position on certain issues, including the issue of regionalization before the General Assembly. Joyce Iyere reporting for BeeTv News.
Moving on, the Federal Republic of Nigeria is bidding to host the headquarters of the $5 billion Africa Energy Bank in Abuja, as it aligns with the country's strategic position as a leading energy producer. The call for support was made in Abuja by heads of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources to a gathering of African Petroleum Producers Organization member countries. The report is presented by Oluwarotimi Oguni.
Nigeria is Africa's leading oil producer and ranked the 9th largest oil exporter globally. Nigeria had in the past considered the headquarters hosting rights to the Republic of Congo for the African Petroleum Producer Organization (APO), while the Republic of Benin served as the headquarters for Africa Energy Investment Corporation. This time, Nigeria is seeking the support from APO members to host the Africa Energy Bank as its robust energy sector, providing a solid foundation for the initiative, offering a conducive environment for addressing its financial needs.
Whether you are producing 1,000 barrels a day, or whether you are producing 1.5 billion barrels a day, you are one vote. And that is why all APO members are very, very important. And that is why, in addition to my, communications with my counterparts and ministers from different countries of APO, it's important that you who are in Abuja here, we should engage you, so that you can help us deliver the message.
The country holds the largest gas-boosting proven reserve of 200 trillion cubic feet and has a production capacity standing at 8.5 billion cubic feet per day.
By situating the Africa Energy Bank in Abuja, Nigeria seeks to leverage its energy wealth to catalyze innovation, investment, and economic diversification across the continent, ensuring energy security and resilience for generations to come.
Afreximbank has been supporting APO to establish the bank and has approved an investment of $1.75 billion for Africa Energy Bank.
I am fulfilled with the unwavering confidence in our collective ability to realize a future of prosperity and progress for all Africans.
Oluwarotimi Oguniyi, reporting for BeeTv News.
Now to Anambra, where the state governor Chukwuma Soludo has signed into law 11 bills passed by the State House of Assembly after assenting to the bills, which includes the Anambra State Electoral Law. Governor Soludo announced that the law has cleared the course for the conduct of local government elections in the state. He described the law as a promise made and kept. The report.
Today we've signed into law the Anambra State Electoral Law 2024. I know that the Anambra have been waiting for this to happen, and finally it's been delivered. Working with the members of the State House of Assembly, we now have a new Anambra State Electoral Law. This will lay the foundation for organizing and conducting local government election in Anambra, quickly gazetted and made public to the all Anambra persons or residents of Anambra, those interested to have access to them, and then enjoin all of us to obey them. They are now laws of Anambra State, and they have to be obeyed. Today we've signed into law the Anambra State Election.
Now we head to Ekiti State, where the state government has commenced 20,000 bags of rice as part of a new tranche of palliative for residents. The Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Ebenezer Oluwande, who supervised the distribution, stated that the palliatives were handed over to leaders of various groups and organizations to avoid stampede at distribution centers. The Commissioner emphasized that the distribution was conducted openly to ensure prudence and accountability. The State Commissioner of Information, Taiwo Olatubosun, hinted that a monitoring committee has been established to ensure that the palliatives reach the less privileged in the community.
We are given to NRW, we percolate through their rank and file to have access to it. Okada riders, bicycle riders, tricycle riders, NLC, TUC, everyone is already captured within it. The youth organization, the women group, Ijaloja. So there is no a single association in Ekiti State today that not be captured.
There is no question of whether we use it to have a crowd. With Mr. Governor, we always put crowd because we are running a populist government, a populist programs that is benefiting people directly and changing lives, and we are having impactful programs that everybody is acknowledging and commending.
Now, the nation's organized labor unions have been clamoring for an increment in the monthly minimum wage that will conveniently cater for the essential expenditures of workers and public servants. Many believe that apart from pushing hard for an increment in the monthly minimum wage, the organized labor should also focus on a reduction in the inflation rate or cost of goods and items, thereby fighting food and other forms of inflation. BeeTv News' Tosi Toluwaloju brings more details of the story.
Earlier in the month, members of the labor unions in the country, Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress embarked on a one-week industrial action to push home their demands for increments and the minimum wage for its workers. The labor unions initially pushed for a monthly pay of 494,000 naira, which was termed unrealistic by the federal government and some members of the public. Then, after further negotiations, the organized labor reduced the amount to 250,000 naira, which is currently on the table. However, The private sector enterprises pleaded to pay an affordable fee of 62,000 naira, which was then pushed to 65,000 naira. In the midst of all these negotiations and discussions between the tripartite committees set up by the federal government and organized labor, the average Nigerian is still contending with the rate of hyperinflation in the country. Some Nigerians think that an increment in the minimum wage, no matter the amount agreed upon by the federal government, will not suffice as long as the rate of inflation in terms of food prices and cost of goods is still high. Some citizens who spoke with BeeTv News were of the opinion that clamoring for a salary increment is not enough, but that the federal government should fix the economy by improving on the agriculture sector, the production and industrial sector, and provision of basic essential amenities such as power, thereby reducing inflation. They also added that the cost of governance should be reduced considerably.
Our government should also look for a way to lower their cut on their allowances and on those things, because that is where these things is coming from. So they should look for a way to really curb governance, and that will really help in most of all these things, because things are skyrocketing, and the government are also benefiting from it. Now, the common masses who are there, who they are ruling over, are just there, no increment, nothing. So I believe that if you start from them, they should lower what they receive or what they earn or their allowances or whatsoever. I think 250,000 naira is kind of too much because, the workers all over Nigeria should, if you are going to do that, it will be very costly for the government.
Minimum wage issue with the government. I'm talking of the scarcity or the inflation in the country. I think the two should be worked on by the organized labor. Why? Even if the government should agree on 150,000, and every worker in this Nigeria earns 150,000 naira. Out of the 150,000, you spent 130 on transportation and food. How much will a citizen save? So the two should be faced by the organized labor. I implore the NLC, Ajero, sorry by calling you by name, but big men have you called by name, and the TUC, work on scrutinizing this government so that they will bring the inflation rate will be reduced.
My take on this issue is that they should not just focus on minimum wage alone. Actually, there is no way that they will not earn something. They should also look at other, because if there is no time all over the world as money have ever resolved the issue or to quell the taste of things or buying of things. So they should focus on to see how critical areas of human existing should be reduced. They should focus on how other commodities that are weighing on the populace can easily be reduced.
Well, to me, it is a peanut compared to the money they are paying senators, even the ordinary dog at home. Their dog at home earn more than that in a week. Their gateman, their allowances and all that, they should increase their money, or let everybody, both the senator, the House of Assembly, let them enjoy the 62,000 naira equal. Now, when you are talking about looking at other aspects of economy, well, to me, the federal government will do something very urgent, because the suffering is too much. They should not just focus on only minimum wage alone. The other infrastructure, making the economy to balance. If the the prices of goods are reduced, they won't be talking about minimum wage.
However, other citizens who were also interviewed opined that if the minimum wage is pegged at 65,000 naira, it would not take the civil servants home, whereas if it was increased to 250,000 naira, it may cater for some things to some extent.
The prices of things in the market is cost. So me, I will advise Nigeria Labour Congress, they should focus on how federal government will reduce the cost of price in the market. Because if Nigeria Labour Congress, they accept the minimum wage of 65,000, that money will not be enough monthly to sustain the masses, to sustain Nigeria Labour Congress, because the price of cost in the market is too high. So I advise Nigeria Labour Congress, they should focus on how the federal government will reduce the cost of food in the country, Nigeria.
Nigerian workers, both in public and private sectors, still anticipate the outcome of the negotiations between the federal government tripartite committees and organized labor, as well as the executive verdict. Tosin Toluwaloju, reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the global news segment. We begin Kim Jong-un. This is Putin's first visit to North Korea since 2000. BeeTv News global news correspondent Rebecca Guffey tells us more about this and other stories from the global scene.
South Korea's first Vice Foreign Minister Kim Hong-kyung and U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Kurt Campbell discussed the trip, expressing concerns about deepening military cooperation between Pyongyang and Moscow, which could undermine regional stability. The U.S. and South Korea accused North Korea of supplying Russia with artillery and other equipment, possibly in exchange for food and military aid, though both countries deny an arms deal. After North Korea, Putin will visit Vietnam to discuss trade and other issues. Meanwhile, the captain of a rescue ship aid vessel, Ingo Vetz, described how his crew rescued migrants from a sinking wooden boat near Italy's Lampedusa island. Initially, they saved 50 migrants on the deck and then used axes and hammers to free 2 men trapped below. Unfortunately, 10 men were found dead below deck. Another shipwreck near Calabria left 64 people missing and 12 survivors, one of whom died after disembarking. The boats carrying migrants from Libya and Turkey had charged $3,500 each for the journey. Survivors from the Lampedusa wreck were taken ashore by the Italian Coast Guard. Vet's crew arrived at the nearly sinking vessel at 3 a.m. local time, giving survivors life jackets and rescuing 2 trapped individuals. Juneteenth, marking the end of slavery in the U.S., has been celebrated on June 19 since President Joe Biden signed it into law in 2021. The holiday originates from June 19, 1865, when enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas, were informed of their freedom 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. The term Juneteenth combines June and 19th. Recognized first in Texas in 1980, it gradually became a state or ceremonial holiday nationwide except in South Dakota. Efforts to make it a national holiday gained momentum after the 2020 Black Lives Matter protest. Congress passed the bill and President Biden signed it into law in 2021, making Juneteenth the first new federal holiday since Martin Luther King Jr. Day in 1983. And lastly, Kenya's government has removed some proposed taxes from this year's finance bill after public backlash. MPs announced this decision as police used tear gas and water cannons to disperse protesters in Nairobi. The Parliamentary Finance Committee has eliminated a planned 16% tax on bread and higher taxes on cooking oil and mobile money services. President William Ruto, aiming to reduce Kenya's $80 billion national debt, introduced several unpopular taxes since taking office in 2022. Critics worry these taxes could hurt economic growth and cause job losses. Other scrapped taxes include one on motor vehicles and an eco-tax on items like packaging and plastics, which faced backlash for potentially raising costs in essential goods. And that's it on the Global News segment for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I am Rebecca Guffey.
Shifting gears now to entertainment. The Nigerian box office is expected to reach 10 billion naira in revenue from cinema ticket sales and movie releases by the end of 2024. This projection is driven by a strong lineup of new titles from both Hollywood and Nollywood, promising increased content and cinema admissions. Let's now join BeeTv News Gifts Uwagboy for details of this and more on entertainment.
Key factors contributing to the 10 billion naira target include new cinema openings, high ticket prices, foreign investment in local production, a growing middle class, and the availability of premium formats. According to a report by Film One Entertainment, a leading West African movie distribution company, the 2024's projected revenue is a 42% increase from the 7.4 4 billion naira in 2023 with an admission rate of 3 million. Already, Nollywood is set for a profitable year with high-profile releases from box office queen Funke Akindele Finding Me, Toyi Abraham, Odulade Adekola, and various production studios driving significant interest. Hollywood also contributes to the lineup with major titles such as The Beekeeper, Dune 2, Kung Fu Panda 4, and others already grossing. New releases like Inside Out 2, the upcoming Mufasa, and The Lord of the Rings are set to boost admissions further, adding to the anticipation for a record-breaking year. The Nigerian cinema industry generated 2.25 billion naira in ticket sales in the first quarter of 2024, according to Nairametrics. This marks a significant improvement over the 1.5 billion recorded in first quarter of 2023, representing a 46% year-on-year increase. Popular Nigerian singer Divine Ikubo aka Rema has made history with his hit song Calm Down. Rema's Calm Down becomes the first Afrobeat song in history to earn over 1 billion on-demand streams, US chart data tweeted. According to T American Music Stats Company, chart data, Calm Down has earned over 1 billion on-demand streams in the US. In August last year, Calm Down Remix with Selena Gomez became the first African song to hit the billion mark in Spotify's history. The original version of Calm Down was recognized by Guinness World Record as the first #1 song on the world's first regional streaming chart, MENA. Lastly, on entertainment, Grammy-nominated Nigerian record producer Andre Vibes recounts his journey in the music industry, reveals how he used to charge as little as 500 naira as a production fee during the days as a struggling producer. The Marvin in-house producer said that despite being the son of legendary musician Sir Victor Owaifo, he didn't have an easy ride to the top. The producer said he came into the limelight after he met Don Jazzy, who later signed him in Mavin Records. Andre Vibes is the producer behind some popular Afrobeat hits like Rema and Selena Gomez, Calm Down, Aerostar's Rush, and others. He earned the Grammy nomination for producing Rush by Aerostar, which was nominated for Best African Music Performance at the 2024 Grammys. That's it on entertainment news tonight. Gift Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News.
Broken nose during France's opening game at Euro 2024, but will not need immediate surgery. For details on this and other trending sports stories, let's now join BeeTv News sports correspondent Will Lambert.
The French Football Federation said a marks will be made for their captain, but it is not yet known if he will play against the Netherlands on Friday. 25-year-old forward was forced off during Monday's 1-0 win over Austria after his face hit opponent Kevin Danso's shoulder and they followed through from an aerial challenge. He was taken to Dusseldorf Hospital where the break was confirmed. At the post-match news conference, boss Didier Deschamps said their number 10 was not doing well, and added that his nose got badly hit. Mbappe, who has scored 47 goals in 80 appearances for France, will be integral to their hope of winning a third European title. The Boston Celtics secured a record 18th championship as they beat the Dallas Mavericks 106-88 to complete a 4-1 series victory in the NBA Finals. Dallas had kept alive their title hopes with a 122-84 win on Friday to deny the Celtics a clean sweep in the best-of-7 championship series, but in front of their home fans in Boston, the top seeds were inspired to victory by Jason Tatum's 31-point performance. The championship win was the Celtics' first in 16 years and moves them one clear of the LA Lakers, who has won 17 in the record books. It was a miserable night for Dallas' Kyrie Irving, who left the Celtics in 2019, as he was heckled by the crowd and scored only 15 points. The Celtics were strong from the start and led 67-46 lead at halfway, with Irving and Doncic restricted to just 14 points between them, with Irving and Doncic restricted to 14 points between them in the first quarter. Jaylen Brown was named the NBA Finals MVP and averaged 20.8 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.0 assists in 5 finals games. Israel Adesanya will return to action in a middleweight title fight against Dricus Du Plessis at UFC 305 on 17th August in Perth, Australia. The New Zealander fights for the first time since losing the UFC title to Sean Strickland last September. Du Plessis, 30, won the title in January from Strickland and defends the belt for the first time. The South African middleweight has a long-running rivalry with Nigerian-born Adesanya. The two have exchanged unsavory words previously. Du Plessis has had 21 wins and just 2 losses on his record, while Adesanya is 24-3. Adesanya, 34, reigned as middleweight champion for 3 years from 2019 before losing to Alex Pereira but regained the belt 5 months later. If he beats Duplessis, he will become the first three-time middleweight champion in UFC history. And that has a beat on the sport news segment tonight on BeeTv News. I'm Uyelemba. Thanks for watching. Good evening.
With that, we've come to the end of our news package for tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. My name is Oluwatoyin Oyedola. Have a good night.